I started an advertising company right out of college, and I did a lot of outdoor advertising. And so we had to learn about signage and how to source material and do the installations. And what made me transition from that advertising into signs, I actually sold a contract to UVU. And it was a really big deal at the time. It was like a $15,000 contract. And I get a call from the athletic director a few weeks later. He's like, hey, I want out of this contract. I'm like, no. But why? He's like, I don't want to advertise on buses, because that was the advertising companies. We put ads on buses. And he's like, I don't want to advertise on buses. And so I just don't want to spend my money that way. So what are you gonna do with this, with the budget? I said, I want to put banners up around campus advertising all of our games. I have 40,000, 50,000 students here on campus. I want to advertise to them. I said, okay, how are you going to do that? So I'm going to put banners up on every corner, all throughout campus. I'm like, okay, let's just transfer that contract over to banners. He was like, perfect. And so we did the banners, and this was just me alone. And I ended up making way more money than I would have with the advertising contract, and it was wonderful. And so I was like, this is what I want to do. There's better margins, but also just a way bigger market. Look around, everybody has a sign. So that's what made me transition individually into signage. I hired a local company to do some work for me while I was doing that. And long story short, they ended up hiring me as an independent contractor to do sales for them. And that's where I met James, because James was the production manager there for over 12 years.
Yeah.
So when I got there, I started doing sales and learning more about the industry, doing a lot more types of signs because I had more abilities with the manufacturing and printing there. And I remember there was an instance that sticks out to me that made me realize, like, there's a better way to do this. And it was when I'd picked up a national contract. And we were doing a pilot of 5 stores. And we needed to ship some product, and it was coming right up to the deadline, and we were going to be late on it, but we finally got the files. We got it out. I had to overnight the shipping. And so it cost us another $100 in shipping or something. And the owner of the company, he came to me, he said, hey, I need you to, charge the customer for that rush shipment. And I'm sitting there thinking, this is a 5-store pilot. I mean, it was like a $50,000 deal, and this wasn't a huge company that we worked for. And so it was already a big deal as is, but it would have turned out to be hundreds of locations. And I just pushed back. I said, this is a big deal. Like, why are we nickel and diming them? Like, I don't want to charge that. He's like, no, you have to charge that. I said, all right, fine. And then I didn't, of course, because that's not how partnerships are built. And that's what I noticed right off the bat, is that in the industry, it's very transactional. I give you a sign, you give me money. But especially now where we're working in big national contracts, that's not what it's about, because signage is a commodity. It's about the partnership. It's about being on the same team. It's about problem solving together. And this company who'd been around for 25 years didn't understand that, but me doing it for 6 months, knew that just intuitively, that this is how you build partnerships. And I think that kind of set the stage for doing things differently and better and doing it on our own.